There is a place in downtown Toronto. I was there when I was a child. I'm Gidi Koren. I'm a pediatrician at Sick Kids. I realized that kids and their parents are coming here and they are like in a prisoner camp. Although I was surrounded by people who care a lot, it's quite a gloomy place to be. So I thought to bring the two together is to do a show for kids. In the Bear Theatre, there are about 10 to 15 staff people working at Sick Kids and people from the community that come to help us. You see parents coming into the play, you see that they did not sleep well, life is difficult. And at the end they're singing, faces look differently. It's the most euphoric thing that happened to me, to see these parents and kids very unhappy because of what happened to them medically. Singing and dancing, it's like touching God.
Hi, I'm Samantha Shatsky and welcome to Body and Health. For the past 10 years, every Thursday night at 6 p.m., about 80 children and their families head to the Bear Theatre to see a play. What's so special about that? Well, the theatre is in Toronto's Hospital for Sick Children. The audience is made up of patients and the performers are doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals. And all of this is due to an enterprising pediatrician whose goal is to send his audience a special message.
Dr. Koren is an extremely unique individual in this hospital. To me, he is the embodiment of all things that are good in terms of healthcare provision. His approach, in my opinion, is really revolutionary. He is passionate, he is innovative, he is creative, and he's really a fine example of what you can bring to a healthcare profession.
The response from the kids in the audience is really amazing. And I think a lot of it is due to the fact that they're here in hospital and a lot of the things that happen to them are not really fun. You know, needles, procedures, doctors poking them in places they don't want to be poked, and this is a really good experience for them.
I did theatre for children for many years, actually, parallel to my medical career, but after a while not doing it, doing too much research, too much clinical, I thought I really need it. I need it for myself, and we have the crowd. We have people who need theatre.
I play Eagle Joe, and he is a space pilot that comes in and helps Honey Bunny go into outer space.
Sounds like a lot of fun. How do the children react when they see you during the day, and then at nighttime, every Thursday night, they look up and they see you up on stage?
Well, I had one of my patients yell out in the audience once that she said, "There's my nurse. She's the one that takes my blood."
Ilana Kalev has been a dancer for over 25 years. Every Tuesday, she conducts a full dress rehearsal. Although the production is a lot of fun, the cast do take their dancing very seriously.
One, yeah, good, and change. 2, 3, 4, and change. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3.
The memory of Marnie Kimmelman was honored at Toronto's Hospital for Sick Children tonight by her family and friends. Dr. Harold Kimmelman and his wife were on hand this evening for the official opening of the Bear Theatre and Teen Lounge. Marnie Kimmelman, a student at York Mills Collegiate at the time, was killed by a terrorist bomb on Tel Aviv Beach in 1990. Several fundraising events were held to raise the money to refurbish the area. That now bears Marnie's name.
I love this show.
Oh, we have seen this show 6 times and we love it.
It's the best show I ever seen.
The second longest running show on the Toronto theatre scene, Bear Tales, plays every Thursday at the hospital. A gift from the Sick Kids' world-famous researcher, Dr. Gidi Koren.
I'm there every Thursday. I generally do the sound, but if I'm out of town, there are 2 or 3 other people who do the sound. And of course, sometimes they have to do it because I am a bunny or some other creature.
Each of us is different in some way, right? Like some of us.
Bear Tales not only brings a smile, it has a message to share.
Some of us don't sing very well.
It helps you learn about how you're special, and everyone is one of a kind.
Why do you think?
Tonight, the part of the penguin is being played by child psychiatrist Trina Epstein.
You know, I work with children all day, and then coming here, it's a different experience because for an hour you get to just have fun, and some kids who, you know, are really struggling through very difficult issues can forget.
He goes home and he enacts the show for his daddy, and the title song, in fact, is one of his favorite songs.
One day, a woman came to see the show by herself with a backpack, no child. She clearly knew all the songs and dance, and she was visibly crying through the whole process. At the end, she told us that she saw the play with her daughter 30 times before her daughter died of cancer. Then the family fell apart, and she's now back in British Columbia with her therapist. He works with her, and he asked her to go to 5 places, to choose 5 places where she and the child were the happiest. And Tails was her number 1.
You forget absolutely that you're in a hospital.
And it's not easy for patient Tara Ann D'Souza to forget. 2 months ago, the 9-year-old was near death. Doctors had to amputate her leg to stop the spread of flesh-eating disease.
They said, you know what, she's so critical she may not survive the table. And all that I prayed for that night was I want to see my daughter smile again. And I see her smiling.
Social worker Wendy Zolomoff joined the cast of Tales a year ago.
But everybody's a kid in this theater, right? They're not a patient, they're a kid. And for the parents to be able to sit with them and just watch their kid be a kid.
5-year-old Stephanie Clayton has been going to see the play for a very long time.
Even when I was a baby.
Did you go see it when you were a baby even?
I cried though.
Stephanie endures lengthy hospital stays because she suffers from intestinal failure. This will be her 4th Christmas in the hospital. Founding cast member Rose Gary says it's patients like Stephanie that keep her coming back to perform 15 years later.
My mother came up and shook my hand and she said, "Thank you very much." And I said, "Well, thanks for coming." She says, "You don't understand. This is the first time my daughter smiled since she's been in the hospital." And I went backstage, back there in the dressing room, and I started to cry because that really hit me.
Bringing happiness and hope to patients and family alike, along with a simple wish.
Now, I just want to say you guys have been one of the best audiences we've ever had, and I hope you all get to go home real soon.
Robin Gill, Global News.